Asimabuchi. Mabuchi.
Babe.
Nenda kutoka na ile. Ma a ega. Antiti. Yeah.
Vic, you want to say a few words?
Okay, I've been in Harare 2 weeks, and I've had a chance to work with volleyball players in the community, Mazoe, Prince Edward, and Harare Girls' School. And Martin Duru told me that this was the best school for me to come and take a look at to see the level that you people play. And I am absolutely astounded at the level you play. You're way above the level of the same age group in Canada. In schools in Canada, they don't play as high level as you. Now the question is, where do you want to take him? So you're very fortunate to have a program in Prospect School. But you need to be looking at, where am I going to go to a good high school? Maybe where am I going to go to a good university to play? Now some of the people that have come through the Volleyball for Life program, there's one player playing in professional volleyball in Japan, came through this program. Another player playing in Australia, and I think there's another player playing in South Africa. The height that you can rise is entirely in your own head. Now I'm going to go over very quickly the program that I teach all young athletes to do. They have a journal, and in that journal they put down, I am getting better at. So they name one skill. Maybe I'm getting better at the spike serve with a banana. I saw one person serving the banana serve. That's a very advanced serve. But if you want to be excellent, a banana, well, you know what a banana is. You see lots of bananas around here. But if you can get up and you can serve a banana serve, you can be world class. But here's the secret. You write down, I am getting better at serving the banana serve to a very specific spot. Because it's easy to do the skill to serve the banana serve, but it's even better if you serve it deep into zone 1. That's part 1. So you say, I am getting better at. You write it down. Then you draw a little diagram. And then the night before the practice, you do a little movie in your mind, seeing yourself hit whatever it is you want to do. Maybe it's setting right out to the sideline. Maybe it's spiking. Maybe it's digging. But you run a movie in your mind. Now, there's a couple of secrets to running your movie. I like to teach all of my students to go down to their special little visualization room, their movie theater. And they sit down on their easy chair, and they look up onto the screen, and they put the movie that they want on the screen. But now I'm going to give you the ultimate secret. You go right into the movie, and you hear everything in the movie. You hear all the sensations, and then you play that movie over and over. Now what is interesting is, the mind is not able to tell the difference between doing the real thing and doing the movie. They did a study one time with basketball free throw. They had them shoot basketball free throws. You're all familiar with basketball? Basketball, you've heard of it.
Yes.
And then they said, one group you will practice 20 minutes a day shooting free throws. One group you will only visualize, and one group you will do nothing. At the end of the study, the group that had practiced it improved 24%. Now listen closely. The group that had only visualized it improved 23% with no practice. Can you imagine if you do mental visualization and practice? Can you imagine what will happen? That also applies to you running a movie of where you want to be, at what university, playing at what level. I work with athletes in hockey, I work with business people, picturing himself being on the podium. And he's running those movies every night. He still does the training. Now, if you do the journal and you do the visualization, you will be the best players in the world, because the foundation you have is preparing you. Now, when I talked about the journal, is there anybody here 10 years old? You're 10 years old. Okay. My grandson is 10 years old. And you know, he does that before every ice hockey game. He does the exact same program that I'm talking about. So this isn't just some mystery for older people. My grandson is 10 years old, and he does that. Now let me finish by the expression that I teach my grandchildren. The best do what the rest are not prepared to do. So when I say to my grandchildren, the best do, they're able to finish what the rest are not prepared to do. So you ready? You ready now? The best do what the rest are not prepared to do. I was checking to see if you're listening. You ready? If I say the best do, you say what the rest are not prepared to do. The best do? And you guys are so far ahead of many of the other players in Zimbabwe and maybe even the world. So keep it going. Remember the journal, remember your visualization, and remember, the best do what the rest are not prepared to do. And these coaches are great examples of the best. So you're very fortunate to have these excellent coaches. It's been my pleasure to be here, and I'm going to come back to Zimbabwe and make sure that this school is the first school I come to, not the last school. I've been to the other schools, so they kept the very best to the end.